I'm on a church girl chat. We're keeping it real. Faith, life, and love. The way that we feel. Laughing, talking, praying too. It's a sisterhood made just for you. We've got wisdom, we've got grace. Walking with Jesus every day. Come on in, don't look back. Welcome to Church Girl Chats. I'm on a church girl
Hey
chat.
everybody, it is your girl Coach Cheryl,
I'm Valerie.
and welcome to
Church Girl Chats.
We are so excited that you are here again with us, and y'all, we're on season 3, and we're doing all these courageous conversations about life after 40, what that looks like, especially for the Christian woman. And if you missed episode 1, we're not gonna ask you to stop and go there now, but
Go back.
it's a must watch. It's a
Yes.
must listen to. So be sure to do that. And today on episode 2, we're going to be digging a little deeper. So get ready, get prepped. We're going to go there, and we hope that we're still friends after we're done. But no, we're going to talk about things that you can't shake, struggles, because I know a lot of times in the Christian community, and I'm just going to be honest, that a lot of times we wear facades. A lot of times we wear masks and we don't talk about the things that we struggle with. And I think sometimes it's because of fear and because of shame and because there is such a perfectionism kind of, and I don't know, attitude that we have, that we have already conquered everything, that we are tiptoeing through the tulips, and that we don't face trials and tribulations, and that everything is always good, but that there aren't struggles. And we want to create a safe place where we can talk about the things that we're still struggling with, that we still deal with, that we are praying to walk through, because I think it's in that we learn how to want to, first of all, be helpers one of another, so that I can say, hey, I know what you're going through. I went through that as well. And that I can do that without shame. I can do that without fear that someone's going to tell someone my struggles, or that even if they tell someone a struggle that I've had, that there's no shame in that.
Right.
That there's no shame that I've gone through things. There's no shame that I've had difficulties. That's why we have Jesus. That we are not him, that we love and that we serve him, and that he helps us in all of our afflictions, and he helps us in all our struggles and all our trials. And we wanted to create a safe place where we can be real, because we told you we're going to have real conversations here about real life and about real issues. And so that's one of the reasons we want to really kind of dive into this topic about, struggles that we face, things that we go on or that go on in our lives. And so, in the same conversational style that we've been doing, we're going to be asking each other these questions and inviting you at the same time to respond to the questions. Now, is it mandatory that you respond? Absolutely not. Some of these are going to be things that you may just have to think about, to ponder, and to wonder, where am I in that season? Does that apply to me? Or are these my particular struggles? Or do I have struggles that I wish that I had somebody to talk to them about, to pray with me through them, and to help me unpack. That's y'all buzzwords. Y'all unpacking everything and giving language to everything. But do I have someone, or Lord, help me find someone that I can do this with? And so the first question that we're going to talk about is, what feels like your biggest ongoing struggle right now?
I don't know if I have an answer to that. I know I have a struggle,
Mm-hmm.
but what my biggest ongoing struggle is,
Or maybe what is one of a recent thing that you've been working through?
okay, we talked about me not being a planner in the previous episode. She's a planner. That's not my strong suit. And in the season that I'm currently in, I need some planning because I've been dropping some balls. I've been dropping important stuff. I don't like that I've, been dropping balls. So I probably need to learn how to plan a little bit better. At this age, some people probably think, well, you should have learned that lesson 20 years ago. Yeah, I'm still working on that.
What? No, and here would be something that I would share with you is that everybody has different gifts. Um, Planning is just something that's second nature for me. It's not like no, it's not like it's something I worked on to learn. Let me learn how to plan.
Mhm.
That I plan in my sleep.
See?
So for and that's a gift. That's nothing. That's no glory for me. That's a gift. I have the gift of administration. That is a gift
Okay,
that
okay.
I've been given. So I
That
don't want
sounds better.
anybody to think like, oh, she, no. And so I think sometimes we have to be willing, and this is for me too, something God is teaching me. We have to be willing to hire out our insufficiencies, our
Uh-huh.
inadequacies. Like, I'm horrible at planning. I'm going to hire somebody to help me with that.
I'm horrible
Somebody
with it.
who loves it, and that it just that's what they do. That's how they think. That's how their mind works.
Hmm.
And so I think sometimes, just as a suggestion, find somebody to do it for you. Like stuff that's really important.
Yeah,
That, like you said, if you're dropping balls on things, then find somebody. This is now your responsibility
yeah.
to either remind me of those things or to do those things for me.
I need reminders. I need reminders. And some of those things can be done for me, but mostly it's just stuff that I need to do that I haven't kind of gotten that down and missed a couple of appointments here or there. And it's like,
Oops. But yeah. So and so I think before I say mine, I think some of the struggles that we have is because we don't ask for help.
yes.
And so we have, especially in this our Western society and our Western Christian society, we think that we have to do everything on our own
Mm.
when God has put us in community.
Okay, you're
So
right.
because we're supposed to be, and y'all help me if I'm wrong, we're supposed to be helpers one of another. And so some of the things, or sometimes I think we get overwhelmed because we're trying to do things all
Hmm.
on our own when God has given us people all around us that who are trustworthy people. So get you somebody trustworthy now when you're asking for help.
Definitely trustworthy.
Yeah, so being able to have someone help share the burden of things. For me, I think one of my biggest ongoing struggles, and it's not right now, it's always been, is focus. Um, Only because I think when you're a multi-talented, multi-passionate person, there's so many things you want to do. And y'all, for me, I be trying to do all the things at the same time. So for me, God is teaching me how to simplify my life. And I think if you watch the previous episode, y'all see how we keep doing callbacks to the previous episode because all of these will be building blocks. And so you'll want to watch every episode because they're going to be things that you learn in the first episode that are going to be
Hmm.
prevalent, or important in each subsequent episode. But um, I think one of the reasons that I struggle with focusing, and one of the reasons why I haven't seen the success that I wanted to see was because I was trying to do too much. And when I say it's a struggle, it's like because I have known this.
Well, and I'm sitting here and I've been like just trying to figure out, um, and we, how you say you have difficulty focusing. I guess you know better than anybody else. But I don't know if that's the real issue. I don't know if it's the focus or if it's just trying to do too much.
Well, and when I say focus, what I'm saying is focus on one thing.
Okay.
So because my focus is divided among all these other
Okay.
things, um, I can't give my wholehearted attention to a thing because I'm gonna focus here, then I'm gonna move and I'm gonna focus there, and then I'm gonna move and I'm gonna focus there. Um, and I think what you're thinking of is discipline because I am super disciplined, and so when I have a whole lot of things, because I am a planner, I will plan out like, okay, I'm gonna give y'all an example. I use a software called Trello. Trello helps me organize, and I use my phone reminders. And so for every single day of the week, I have goals and initiatives that I have set up. And so if I'm working on the podcast, then I have goals for the podcast. If I'm working on a book, then I have goals for the book. If I am working on courses, then I have goals for the courses. If I am working on a challenge that we're having in a couple of days, and actually, when you see this, it probably will have already happened. Then there goes. So I have for every little thing that I'm doing, I have a set of goals, and so for every day of the week, I have something to do for that goal every day of the week. But every day of the week is a different goal set.
Okay.
And then on Trello, I also have a week. This I need to do this week. Then I have a set for the month. I need to do this month. And so that helps keep me disciplined because I have a reminder, okay, did you do that? Did you do that? And so I'm constantly looking at that. So that helps me discipline my life and focus on all of those things.
Mm.
And so what I am learning is that if I had fewer of those things, then I could be more successful because my focus isn't on the 12 things that I'm going to do this year.
Mm-hmm.
My focus is on the one thing
Mm-hmm.
that I'm going to do this year, and then I can segment those out.
Okay.
And so that's what I say when I think that's been my biggest challenge is focusing, and maybe I should say focusing on one thing. Because I have been
Okay, that's better.
so divided that God is teaching me to, if you're on my devotional email, then you'll see I have an email that talks about walking in my soft church girl era, learning how to simplify my life and how to trust God that I don't have to do 100 things.
Mm-hmm.
I can just do one thing and trust Him with that thing.
Okay.
And so, yeah, that for me, that's been my lifelong struggle is being divided in my focus and not narrowing in on one thing and how that one thing may have different legs.
Okay.
So for me, and it was good to hear your perspective on that as well, because sometimes it's helpful to hear other people's viewpoint on what you think is a struggle. So, but I think that I have what do they call it? Shiny object syndrome. Like, oh, a bee over there, a turtle over there, and so sometimes I can be like that in the things, not just for anything, but in things that I love to do. Multi-passion. There are a lot of things that I'm gifted and naturally talented at. And so learning how to take them one at a time has been my challenge instead of trying to do them all
Okay.
at once.
Okay.
All right. And question number 2 says, when did you first realize this wasn't just a phase?
That goes back to that merry-go-round kind of thing because it just keeps happening over and over and over again. It just kind of is what it is, and no matter how hard you try, how much you pray, that thing just keeps showing up.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just kind of say, I guess this just is a part of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And you just keep it moving, and maybe you don't stop trying. You just keep moving. When it shows up, you're not surprised. You just keep moving.
And for me, I think I didn't really realize that this was like an ongoing issue until probably the last few years. Because as I told y'all, I've been reflecting and trying to be self-aware, looking back over different seasons of my life, kind of like you saying, oh, this is a pattern. And And I'll give you an example. One of the initiatives that God gave me in, I believe it was 2005, was Becoming Engaged Enterprises, which was helping especially Christian women become engaged and involved in their own lives. And I have had that thing ruminating in me since God gave it to me. But da 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 da. Here's the thing. I would start out doing that thing. Like we started out really strong. In 2005, I was living in Dallas at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and we had the B Club, and we would that thing was going strong. And then I decided I was going to do something different with it, because I had people in my ear telling me, "Oh, you should do this with it. You should do this with it."
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't so far away from what God said, but it wasn't exactly what He said. And then when it wasn't successful like I wanted to be, I just like, well, no, He must be meant something different. Then I'd go off and I'd do something else, but then He would like thump me and say,
You got thumped.
Well, see, I don't know if God just deal with me different than He deal with everybody else. Like everybody else, He'd be in a soft whisper, He'd just be like, "What? Oh, sorry, Lord." So and we talked about this too. God deals with us differently.
He does.
Depending on where we are in the season of our lives, depending on our temperament. So where God whispering to y'all, nope, nope, that ain't my testimony. So and in the way I receive it, let me just say that it's like it's not a gentle nudge. It's like a wake
Firm.
up, yes, little girl.
Okay.
So that has been cyclical. Every so often, He would bring that back up for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I could see that it was my focus veering from what He initially told me to do. And so I'm back, Lord. Back on track. Doing what you initially called me to do. And I remember just recently a prophet talking about God was calling us to our first works,
Mm-hmm.
to do what He called us to do initially that we veered away from. And so God is just consistently giving me confirmations
Mm-hmm.
about this. And so that's this last several years. I took the long way to say this, but the last several years is when I realized that this was a pattern for me and that it wasn't just a phase, that I had been like the Israelites circling around this mountain looking for something differently than just to go and occupy, like He said.
Mm-hmm.
He said, go occupy, subdue.
Right.
There are giants in the land, and that's probably a part of it. I didn't want to fight. There are giants in the land. Everything else that I gave you through the wilderness, I just gave to you. I gave you water from the rock. I gave you manna. I gave you quail from. I gave it all to you. But this right here, this promise that I have given you will come with your participation.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just this. I won't hand this to you. You're gonna have to pick up your sword. What's that song?
Sword in your hand.
No, put on your boots.
Girl.
It's time to ride. Y'all tell us what that song is.
I don't know that song.
It's time to ride. I just heard it on the talk.
Time to ride.
Yeah. We gonna look up the song. Well, no, we don't want to look up the song. We have things to do.
We have things to see. We just gotta sign it. Just off track.
Yeah. Y'all let us know in the comments what the name of that song. If you know it, put on your boots, put on your backpack. It's time to ride. Something like that. Let us know in the comments who sings it and what the song is. I don't know. I just heard it on the talk. So anyway, into who? Our next question is, how does this struggle show up in your everyday life?
Missing appointments, dropping balls. So yeah, that has been something that has been showing up recently in my life. Committing to things and forgetting that you made the commitment to do it.
I said I was coming.
Right. Oops, you had a haircut. I forgot. That kind of thing. So planning. And I've never been good at planning. And so now that I have a whole lot on my plate, I used to be able to keep everything that I had in my head.
Right.
But now that I'm doing, for someone else, keeping what they have and what I have is a challenge. And so, yeah. And so that's showing up more every day in my life. But I am going to say this on the positive side is that I'm going to get on top of that game, and then that will no longer be a struggle.
All right, get on top of it. iPhone calendar notes are reminders are great.
But you have to remember to do it at the moment that
No, when you set the appointment,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
At that moment.
make the calendar reminder. And I love, and I guess this is a plug for iPhone, and this may be Androids may do it too. I love that I can set the number of times that it reminds me. I can have it remind me the day before,
Yes.
and then I can have it remind me an hour before. I can have it remind me at the time of, so that if I forget,
Mm-hmm.
I can set another. And I always do at least 2 reminders for just about everything that I have. Unless it's something that I'm kind of,
Mm-hmm.
clued into, something that I don't have to remember. But if it's something new,
Mm-hmm.
I'll have at least 2 reminders for it, so I don't have to forget. And this is really for 40 plus people, because we forget sometimes. Like, girl, I forgot.
Completely.
I can be walking into a room to get something and get in that room and forget what I was coming to get.
I thought it was just me.
Right.
Then you turn around and you go back. And as soon as you get back where you came from, you're like, oh, I was going to get such.
No, sometimes so bad. I'm like, Lord, help me remember what I was supposed to remember. Or pick up my phone, be like, okay, I'm gonna do something. I'm like, what was I getting the phone for? So this is really, that's really helpful for us over 40. It's like, Lord, I'm gonna need some help remembering all the things that I said I was gonna remember. All right, so we have a couple more questions. This is the next question. Says, what does this? I didn't answer the question, did I?
You did not.
Okay, I'm sorry. How does this struggle show up in my everyday life? Because I have to be more intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know my propensity is to do all the things. What this is really challenging me to do in this season is to learn how to rest. To learn how to stop putting so much on my plate. And I know that might sound foreign to a lot of people, but that is such a struggle for me. Even as God has called me to pull back on a lot of things, it's a struggle for me not to plan.
Mm-hmm.
It's a struggle for me not to fill up my calendar with things. Rest is a struggle for me, because I am so productive oriented that when I'm resting, a lot of times I feel guilty, like I should be doing something right now. What's on my plate right now? There are things that I need to be. It just feel like I need to be doing something. So for me, just sitting down and just enjoying just that moment of rest is hard for me. So for me, it shows up every day, just allowing myself to rest in God, allowing myself to have empty spaces where I don't do anything. And this was really difficult when I came off Facebook. I didn't realize how, quote unquote, addicted I was to social media. Y'all, I'm a social media manager. And so for me, pulling away left a lot of empty space. Like, whereas I would be scrolling and looking and seeing what everybody else was doing, I wasn't doing that. I deleted the app from my phone. I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna have to delete these apps. I had deleted Instagram, I deleted Facebook. They are not even on my devices to help me focus. And so that is the thing that I deal with every day. Is and that's helping me focus, but it's helping me enter some really meaningful things in that empty time, in that empty spaces. I realized how involved I was in other people's lives.
Invested
like
almost.
what? I know she did. I don't even know these people. Like, what the world? And so it's given me the opportunity to really dig deep into my own purpose, my own calling, writing more. Shameless plug. If you aren't subscribed to the Substack, that is the place you want to be. Okay, just go ahead and do it. The link is going to be in the show notes. But anywho, that's how that struggle shows up for me every day. Is I have to be really, really focused and intentional, and I'm learning how to. Oh, I'm telling y'all this. I'm learning how to just schedule rest in my days and in my weeks. I just schedule like every Saturday is gonna be my pamper me day. I just put that in my on my calendar on my phone today. So it's making me become intentional about spending time with family, spending time with myself. So that is it. Oh, I like this question. It says, what does it steal from you? What does this struggle, y'all think about this, what does this struggle steal from you? Does it steal peace, joy, confidence, energy? What
It
is
steals energy. It steals peace. Yeah, it steals those two things from me. And so, um, we got to fix that, and we are going to fix that.
we are fixing it? Yes, yes.
Yes, because I need my peace. I need my energy. I need my time. So it steals that too. Um, and then sometimes I feel like I've disappointed others. So, um, and I don't like that because I'm the type of person that I like to sow what I want to receive. So
Mhm.
when I forget to do something and somebody else is depending on that, then I've disappointed somebody. And I don't want to disappoint someone in that way because I don't want someone to disappoint me. So those are some of the things that it steals.
Okay. And I can say probably pretty much the same things. It steals peace and time. Um, a lot of time because all the time I'm spending planning, I could be doing fun stuff. I could be asleep. I like napping. There's so much that I could fill that time with that and it steals peace because then I don't have to I'm worrying about all the steps and all the things.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what it's stealing from me, which makes me even more desirous of conquering the struggle so that I can have the time, that I can have the peace back in my life. Oh, and the final question of the day is, if this struggle were resolved, what would actually be different about your life?
I would not have the stress. I would have more time. I would have my peace. Um, I would be happier all the time.
Yes.
Those are some of the things that it would add back once these issues are corrected.
Yeah, and I think pretty much the same for me. Um, I think my life would be a lot different as far as rest and peace and struggle and having to expend so much mental energy on something that the peace that that would give to my mind. One of the pastors that I follow, Dr. Faith, was talking about how we don't understand how our mind and our mental regulation affects our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And so stress and high blood pressure and diabetes and all those things, they're not just food related, but they're body related too.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you have all these mental stresses, that it affects your body.
Right.
And so I know alleviating those and just trusting God with them, building systems that help me with those struggles, the peace that will come, and the regulation of my physical body, my spiritual body would only be enhanced
Right.
once I get this struggle
Yes.
together. So we're gonna ask you a question every episode. We're gonna end with a question that we want you to answer and drop in the comments. And so our question for today is, what does your biggest struggle steal from you the most right now? The things that you are going through, how does it steal from you? Because I think knowledge, acknowledging it and naming it, not being afraid to call it out, will help you confront it so that you can work with God to get over that. Even if you have to come in community and to have or to ask other people to help you with that struggle, that it will just push you even further. So we pray that you have enjoyed this particular episode. We're going to be doing this all of season 3, just having courageous conversations about things that sometimes that happen in the church or happen in us that we don't have forums and platforms to talk about. So I'm so glad that you are joining us in this journey. Anything you want to say before we log off?
Please join because we do need some feedback from you. That's going to help us to know that we're on the right track. So we thank you for even taking the time out to like and subscribe. And we're just so happy to have you here with us.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Thank you for being a part of the family, and we'll see you in the next episode.
I'm on a church girl chat. We're keeping it real.